Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Year of the Beast. If you guys can see below, you'll probably see some rock star coaches that have joined the call. I'm going to go through and introduce all of them. Some of you guys, I know a lot of people have just been recently added to the group. I think we have, what do we have now, David, like 350 or so?
Oh, yeah, 370. Emails will go out after this call.
Yeah, tons of people. First of all, I just want to thank, all the guys that are here. For those of you that are new that don't know how this kind of got started, I simply was just inspired by, Chris and Jeff and Chet from being in the Beast Classic this year and the year before. And I'm always telling my team to post big, scary goals. So I had to put my money where my mouth was and post a big, scary goal. So one of my goals was to do this in 2015. And we really had no intention of forming, this big group, but I went to train a couple clients and got back home and had 48 messages of people saying, if you're doing a group, I want in. So, I know Wayne was excited and Chet and Chris, Jeff, David, all those guys were really excited. So we said, heck, let's just, form this thing and do this thing together and try to motivate everybody and make this just the wildest, craziest group in Beachbody history. And rather than do a 90-day group, let's do a full year and just go at it as hard as we can. So that's kind of how this thing was formed. So thank you to all you guys that joined with me and are ready to do this. And just thanks for supporting me. I just kind of want to go through real quick and just kind of introduce everybody. Starting with Wayne, Big Wayne Wyatt. You guys all know Wayne, a guy that inspired me to get started and lose all my weight. Wayne is top coach, two-time top coach in pretty much all the P90X infomercials and P90X2 cast member. So obviously he knows everything there is to know. If you guys have questions, definitely hit Wayne up. Next we got Jeff Lennon. Jeff Lennon was in the Beast Classic last year and just got shredded. What'd you get down to, like 5% body fat, Jeff? Something like, yeah, I think Jeff's got a little delay, but 5% body fat. You can see him in the current Body Beast infomercial. Was a $500 Beachbody Challenge winner and makes the best videos of all of us put together. So next we got David Jeffries. David Jeffries in the Asylum infomercial, $500 Beachbody Challenge winner, nutrition guru, knows everything about nutrition. So David's always a good source to go to. Then we got Chris Colburn. Chris was top 10 finisher in this year's Beachbody Classic. Also a $1,000 Beachbody Challenge winner. And then we got Chet. Chet was top 10 finisher in this year's Classic. And a $5,000 winner, right? Beachbody $5,000 winner, Chet?
Yeah, quarterly winner back 2 quarters ago.
Yeah, nice. And then, I don't have near the credentials these guys do. I won $1,000 in the Beachbody Classic, and then I was in men's fitness for my transformation as a success story. And then, of course, you guys are excited about this. We have Sagi Kalev. Sagi, welcome, man. Thanks for joining us.
I love to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Sagi, former 2-time Mr. Israel, fitness model, bodybuilding title holder, nutritionist, creator of Body Beast, all that good stuff. Inspires us every day to get as big as we can. So, Sagi, thanks again for joining us. I know you probably have some words of wisdom for us for this next year, right?
We shall see. What do you want to hear? I'll tell you. Who's the person that is a nutrition guru? Because I need to write a new book. And I won't say much, so I need a lot of help because when I wrote the book of Beast, I was in my office about 6 days from 8 to 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night.
Wow.
So if you got
we can talk, Sagi.
Huh?
We can talk.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Well, let's just go ahead and start this. We'll just let Wayne kind of go over. You guys should all probably know what the requirements are, but in case you don't, Wayne, you want to just go over those real quick?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, basically what we did when we decided to do this group, we've all run lots of groups where we don't require anything of anybody. Nobody has to have any skin in the game. Nobody has to purchase anything. Nobody has to own anything. We're just there to provide a community and a group. Well, we've got lots of those going for lots of different people, and we decided that we wanted this to be different because we want the expectations to be very high. We want the bar to be set very high, and we only want people in this group that are seriously committed to doing this at 100% effort for this entire year. So what we did is we decided we wanted everybody to have skin in the game, everybody to be doing the same thing so that we could get the maximum results possible. And so we decided we needed some criteria for those people that are serious enough to want to be in the group. And so number one, we said you have to be doing Body Beast. You have to get Body Beast if you don't have it. You have to choose one of the calendars, either the huge calendar or the lean calendar, depending on your goals, and you have to follow that calendar. You know, and we feel it's real important that we're all doing the same thing. That way, if I'm doing, you know, build, back, and buys, I know that everybody else, the other 300 and something people in the group, are doing build, back, and buys. So we can post pictures. We can, you know, go for one-upsmanship, have some competitive fun, you know, ask how our workouts went, hold each other accountable, knowing that we're all doing the same thing. You know, in other groups, you know, we allow hybrids, and you can do a little bit of P90X, a little bit of Body Beast, a little bit of Insanity, you know, mix it in with triathlon training or you know, marathon training or whatever you're wanting to do. But in this, we said we really want everybody doing the same thing. And if that doesn't fit for you guys, hey, that's okay. Just do one of the many other groups that are out there. Just don't do this group, because this group, we want Body Beast only. Now, when it comes to the nutrition, we really wanted to emphasize that we want everybody given 100% effort on their nutrition. And for the 6 of us that are up here on this panel, we all agree that the cornerstone of our nutrition is Shakeology. And we said, hey, we know Shakeology, you know, sounds expensive in your budget if you're not used to using it, but we know that it's what we all use and what we all contribute a lot to the fact that we got such good results. And so we're asking everybody to put skin in the game and get Shakeology and try that. And that way you'll see what it can do for you. Because, you know, there may be some people that, you know, think it'd be fun to, you know, work out with Sagi, the Beast, do all that cool stuff, but they really don't want to have to put any skin in the game. And we're saying, you know what, we want to maximize your results, so we're going to ask you to get Shakeology, use Shakeology the first 90 days that you're in this group and see what it does for you, because, you know, for all 6 of us up here, I can guarantee you, you will thank us for that once you see what it does to kickstart your nutrition. And then finally, we're asking everybody in the group to be accountable, to stay plugged in. We're going to have forms that we ask you guys to fill out on a fairly routine basis to make sure you're still in the group, because, you know, I've got other groups going that have 2,000 people in them, and honestly, probably half those people don't check in very often. And so, you know, are we really doing something for those people if they're not even participating in the group and staying plugged in? Well, no, because we know that the most important thing for you guys is to really feel that sense of community when you don't feel like working out, to feel just your comrades that are all getting up, all hitting those workouts, posting pictures, doing that exact workout that's on your slate for that same day. So we want everybody staying plugged in, and we're going to expect everybody to stay plugged in. And if you're not staying plugged in and you missed one of those, you know, registrations, then boom, you're out of the group. And that way there's some accountability there. So, you know, we're asking for some fitness accountability with the Body Beast program and following an exact calendar. We're asking for some nutrition accountability with using Shakeology and logging your nutrition. And then we're asking for some accountability and staying plugged in with being part of the group and filling out the registration. So, yes, we're asking something of you guys. And I think that's a good thing, because if we push you guys, that's how you're going to get your best results. Does that answer that, Lance?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, nothing else I can add to that. Did you want to go ahead and make the first announcement about the the beach flag?
Yeah, so, you know, I mean, no group is complete without some cool swag. So we're already getting started on some ideas, and the first thing that we're going to do probably this first, we're probably going to do some swag each quarter along the way or something like that, with some different gear and stuff. And so this first quarter, we're going to do some shirts, and we've already got a design put together for the shirts that I think Lance is going to put up on the screen. Is that right, Lance?
Yeah.
So that's our shirt. So you see, it's like, it's a nice color on color, and it says Beast on the front and Year of the Beast on the back. It's in a nice athletic material that fits really good, feels really good. I got a couple other shirts in that exact brand, and so do some of these other guys here, and they can vouch that they're really cool. And we're not doing this to try and make money. We're going to see how many people are interested, get an order together, and then put them together at cost of getting the shirts and shipping them to you, so that this stuff will be pretty affordable to you. We'll get, we're also talking about doing other things like hats, wristbands, getting some other ideas together for future swag. But we're going to start it off with a T-shirt, and that way next year when we show up to the Beast Classic, then we will have some matching gear. We'll be able to pick each other out of the crowd. So we think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, sweet, man. Sagi, you want one of those?
I would love to.
All right, we'll hook you up, man.
Cool.
We'll hook you up.
Small. Yeah.
You want a small? Is that what you said?
Small or medium, yeah.
All right.
Have to cut the sleeves out of Sagi's.
No, that was Barbie's asking. No, for me, extra large.
All right, cool.
No, but
that's. I don't have anything else to add about the requirements. Wayne was talking about sense of community, and the only thing I can really add is that. What's
Why
that?
don't you put the picture up again? It was only up for a millisecond for the group.
Oh, was it really? All right,
Put it
hang
up
on.
and then talk, and it'll stay on it, just for 5 seconds.
All right. All right, is it up?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. Sorry about that. So yeah, so there's a shirt. The only other thing I could add to what Wayne said was, and we talked about this in our welcome video, is that making it to the Beast Classic is going to be awesome. Getting in the absolute best shape of our lives is going to be awesome. But what you guys are really going to benefit from this group more than anything is how we benefited from the Asylum group when we did that. What was that? 2 years ago. I really encourage you guys to post constantly, develop relationships, really connect with people, because those are the people that are going to be by your side, a year from now, 2 years from now, when you have ups and downs like you're going to, when staying fit and eating healthy all the time is hard, you're going to have those people to lean on. And if you don't develop relationships in this group, then you kind of lost the whole point. So really try to reach out to people and develop relationships, put some skin in the game, make connections, so that you guys can be healthy, for your families for years to come. So, that's what I told you guys in my welcome video, but that's what David and Jeff and Wayne have done for me, because we've been like best friends for years now, because of relationships we formed years ago in the Asylum group. And I did not expect to form close relationships with internet friends when I started this thing years ago. So it's been awesome. All right, let's talk nutrition. Moving right along. All right, so I told you guys kind of what my experience with nutrition was, as far as, I was 267 pounds and I cut my calories way too much, and actually kind of crashed my metabolism, and it's been really hard to kind of repair that, and I'm still in the process of doing that. And I told you guys all that. If you want more information, just watch my welcome video. But one of the guys I always lean to as far as anything nutrition is Jeff. Jeff, do you want to? You got as ripped as any of us. Do you want to talk about nutrition and kind of your philosophy on it?
Sure. My simple philosophy is nutrition is figure out what your maintenance calories are, and it's going to be different if you're doing a different program like P90X or X3. The good news is that with the Beast, you're lifting a lot more weight, burning more calories, and your maintenance nutrition is going to be a lot higher. So find out what that maintenance level is and talk to your coach and try and figure out a good starting point, and then decide if you're going to try and bulk or you're going to cut or you're going to do a slow bulk over time. But my real philosophy is to pick a number and stick with it. Stay with it for 3 or 4 weeks before you make a change, and don't cheat. Some people say have a cheat meal. Don't have a cheat meal. Pick the number that's going to work, and hit your macros every day, and put a nice long streak together. I think that's the most important thing you can do. Hit those macros for a month. If you hit them for a month is when you start to see real results. If you can hit those macros for 60 days, it just goes to another level. If you hit it for the full 90 days on point, you're going to have incredible results. I said this in my welcome video, but when I was training for the first Beast Classic, I had my maintenance level all the way up to 3,400 calories. I ran that 3,400 right up till the show. My metabolism was so fast by the time the show hits that it was actually a pretty significant deficit, and my body fat dropped significantly. This time, having a full year, I'm going to do my best to take it up and up and up. And for people who've been running fat shredders and very low calories for a long time, I encourage you to start with a higher level than you're comfortable with. Start, with something, no 1,900 fat shredders in the Beast, in my opinion. Start with at least 2,400. And move it up, slowly if you have to. Move it up 100 every 2 or 3 weeks, but keep moving it up. Earn the metabolism, put a long streak together, and keep moving up. The goal is to have a sustainable calorie level that you can live with. Get that calorie level up in maintenance over 3,000, and guess what? Then you can fit some good stuff into your macros and work it in ahead of time, and just say, I'm going to have a slice of pizza, so I'm going to have a little bit less earlier in the day. But just the most important thing is to work it into your macros, put the long streak together, and don't cheat, and build that metabolism up.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree with that. And I told you guys in my welcome video too, like I did the whole 1,900 fat shredder diet, and then before I got a call to the P90X infomercial, I didn't know any better, and I cut my calories even more, and I was down to like 1,600, and I lost weight. But then I got injured because I was at such a calorie deficit, and then I went into Body Beast. But what I had done, I believe what I had done is actually dropped my metabolism even further, and then my old maintenance calorie level was no longer my old maintenance calorie level. So when I started eating at 2,200, which used to be my maintenance level, I was putting on weight, and I couldn't figure out why. It was really frustrating. So I'm actually back up to my maintenance level at 2,200, but it's been a long road to do that. So I'm taking Jeff's advice, and I'm actually starting at 2,400. Jeff, today I hit my macros, and my calories perfect, by the way. So, so yeah, I don't know if Sagi has anything. I mean, he's the nutritionist. I don't know if Sagi, if you have anything to add about that or not.
Oh, absolutely. So first, not everybody the same. Not one size fits all. I don't believe just in numbers, because a number is a number. I believe that you set up a baseline, which would be your number, and you stick with the baseline until you figure out what are the right types of foods that serve your body. So if I eat a chicken and it's 6 ounces and I feel tired after my meal that was 6 ounces, or you can call it 200 calories or 300 or 500 calories, it doesn't really serve me, because my body goes to fight and flight, and then it moves to more rest and digest. So I'm not really getting the benefits. And we all know that you are what you eat, but that's only a partial truth. You are what you digest. You are what you assimilate. You are what you eliminate. So you gotta use the best types of foods, and it's not about 2,500 or 3,000 calories that you get when you go to McDonald's. You want to get the best types of foods. Eat food like God made and not like man made. Include psychology in it, because you get all the micronutrients, you get all the fiber, all the probiotics, prebiotics, protein and carbohydrates that you need for the healing part, and you need the hydration. And there's no 80-20% rules. There's 100% training. There's 100% sleeping. There's 100% hydrating. There's 100% taking my supplements, and there's 100% being in the group. And if you can't afford it, and I said you can't afford not to. And that's really the basic in nutrition, because the more nutrients you have, the less toxins you're going to carry. And the less toxins you carry, your mind, you got to set your mind right. And when your mind is right, your spirit's going to be right. And you got to give 110% in every workout, because it's not about saying, I trained today. It's about saying, how did I train today? Did I give it all I got, what I had today, without risking an injury? But then what I like from what I see here is about giving your best, but also supporting the rest. And it's all about the support that you give someone that is not so educated in one area, and the same person may be educated in a different area and can help you with something that you never know. So the things that you think that you don't really realize that you have the knowledge, don't be afraid to say it, because that one thing that you're going to say can influence someone else in a way that you have no idea. So I would come into the group, and any questions that when it comes to any types of foods and anything that is really needed more of a expertise or more, I would say, functional medicine way or clinical nutrition.
Can I bring cereal down here?
I got an open door here. And I think what you guys do is pretty unbelievable. So that's a game changer, and I'm super excited.
You ready to see all these transformations in a year?
What's that?
Are you ready to see all these transformations in a year?
I'm a guy that it's all about a vision. So what I would like from anyone in the group is to visualize a year from now where you are today, and pick a picture of some guy. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be your best friend, but take a photo and say, I want to look like this guy. Because you got to know exactly what is your vision and what you want to look like, because you want your shoulders to be like that. You want your lats to be like that. You want your abs to be like that. But it's all about the balance between the physical part, the emotional part, and the spiritual part. And if your spirit is low, your workout's going to suffer. If your emotions are low, you're going to affect the other people in the group. So that's where the balance comes in place. And that's a big deal when it comes to so many people. So that's how you can also hold someone accountable, saying, you know, this is the picture that you picked. I think you need to step on the gas, because you're not giving all you got. And a year can go really fast. Let me tell you, 4 rounds, it will go very fast. So I hope it makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. And you're right. A year is. I used to think, it's funny, when I was really overweight, I used to think, I can't work out a month, 2 months in a row. And now it's like 3 months goes by so fast. It's like nothing. It's really nothing. So a year will be here before we know it. That's for sure.
And I found my picture, and that's really what's important here, is I found it.
Stop wasting time, Jeffries.
So yeah, no, thanks, Sagi. You know, nutrition is the hardest part in all this. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of questions, and you know, luckily we have tons of guys here that can help you guys figure it out. All right, moving on to supplements. Dave, you want to talk about supplements? I mean, I know we all did in our welcome videos, but so many people can't find that files tab. I know it's a hard thing to find. So why don't you just go over supplements for everybody?
Yeah,
I think
for
we pretty
sure.
much have the same philosophy. So
Oh, for sure. No, that files tab's difficult, and then spelling your email correctly when you fill out that form, it's a tricky
tough.
one. Man. So supplements, yeah, I think we all, I mean, on a very base level, have a similar philosophy on supplements, and that's really starting with Shakeology. I know for me, as I kind of alluded to in my video, or maybe that was one of the takes I didn't show, that I don't always eat the most nutrient-dense diet. It's just kind of a product of where I am, who I am. So I know Shakeology covers those. So that's those needs, and that's really important. And I strive to, and my wife's a big help because she's more proactive than I am with food. But that covers my basis. And then from there, as we think about just good proven performance muscle building supplements, you get into creatine monohydrate, and there's nothing more studied and nothing more proven. And whether you're bulking or cutting, it's not going to impede fat loss at all. You're going to retain some water, and that's fine because that's what it's supposed to do. So that's a really good thing to take. You don't have to buy any of the hype on the various forms of creatine that are out there that come out every 3 years just to make it sexy again. Just get creatine monohydrate. Take 5 grams a day. It'll keep you saturated. You can do a loading phase. You don't have to. And then the only thing I'll give you with creatine, because I experienced myself, if you get those digestional issues, it probably means you're taking too large a dose of creatine, and that's just undigested creatine and giving you those issues. So back off if you're a smaller guy like me. Yeah, Jeff, I'm smaller. 10 grams a day is probably not gonna sit well with you. I tried that; it didn't work well. Other ones, just kind of as you look again, thinking about what you're putting in your body. Pre-workout might be something that you take. The base of most pre-workouts are caffeine, and caffeine is a proven performance enhancer, and it does help fight fatigue, and for most people is really, really safe. But that's something you want to be careful with, and you just want to gauge your tolerance and go from there. Beta-alanine is a really good one to stack with creatine. It also fights fatigue. What you want to be careful of, pre-workouts will have both, but they often hide in those proprietary blends, and you don't know how much you're getting. So just something to consider. I know a lot of us guys just buy the bulk supplements and go from there. There's a lot of other supplements, and if you got questions, I can tell you what I've read. I just like reading, and I shared in my video. Examine.com is a great resource for good research. Really, it's just consolidated research, and you can go through. And
David, I have a good rule for patients.
Yeah, go for it, Sagi.
If you cannot read it, or if you cannot pronounce it, don't use it or don't drink it.
For sure.
It's probably not good for you.
Oh, definitely. I think you get a lot of that again with proprietary blends. You don't know how much of each ingredients in there. I mean, they could be microdosing everything and really shortchanging you.
Also, L-carnitine will be a real good also and L-arginine together. Be very good for recovery.
For sure. So yeah, and then I think the only other supplement that we touched on a little bit, most guys touched on, is a simple carb for post-workout. So if you're getting that through Fuel Shot, that's a great dextrose, multidextrin blend. There's a lot of those simple carbs out there just to really replenish your glycogen stores, and that could be a beneficial thing. A lot of us like R&R just because it tastes like an orange creamsicle, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I know a lot of people had asked me about creatine, especially. Like, a lot of people are worried if you can lose weight on creatine, and I lost all 75 pounds while taking creatine, so I know that's really not an issue. And then the other question I know a lot of people had on it is when to take it. And I've taken like 2.5 grams before, 2.5 after. I don't think it really matters as long as you get the 5 grams a day, right?
No, it doesn't matter, no. You can take it when you wake up. You can take it before you go to sleep. after your workout, it has to be in your system. It's part of the Krebs cycle, part of your energy cycle. So as long as it's in your blood system and your digestive system and your energy cycle, that's what matters.
Okay. And what about Suma, Sagi? I know you.
Well, Suma is the purpose of Suma when we came up with Suma, it was how to increase testosterone levels. But what really Suma does is increase your immune system, support your adrenal glands, and help you to make more hormone that's called pregnenolone that will make more DHEA and testosterone. And by doing it, when your cortisol levels are rising up and your body shifting to a catabolic phase, that's when Suma comes in place and helps the body to not shift from catabolic and stay on anabolic state, which means that you're building muscle. So that's really the main thing. As far as raising your testosterone, there's a lot of other things that you can take, like zinc and DHEA off the counter, tribulus, and we can get more into it later when we can write some blogs or some Q&A just on that.
Okay, great.
Hey, can I ask one question about that real quick?
Yeah.
For women, my wife and I watched a video chat you did a while back, and you were talking about Suma. She has adrenal fatigue, and so she started taking that after she watched your chat, and it has had a significant difference in her since taking that. Because you mentioned about the adrenal glands and stuff like that, so that has really helped her, and it's actually kind of smoothed a lot of things out for her. So, a lot of women have been asking about that, and so kind of wanted to put that out there. Your thoughts a little bit more on that.
Right, and especially because it created a balance between your sex hormones and your stress hormone. Your adrenal gland release epinephrine, norepinephrine, adrenaline, but mainly release a lot of cortisol, which is a stress hormone that you will see it around your belly a lot of times. Or if someone have sleep issues, can't go to sleep, stay asleep, or wake up, that would be great for them. And for some women that have a heavy cycle or have a lot of PMS or irregular cycles, that's a huge factor, because what it does is support the two systems, and at the same time, when those two systems are supported, it also helps the digestion. So you always stay in anabolic state, which we don't want to get to the catabolic state, which that's the whole purpose of doing beast for a whole year.
Thanks, man.
Sagi, maybe you can move that into our talk to the women in the group specifically, and how great Beast is for them, and that they shouldn't be afraid to lift heavy weights because they're not going to bulk up.
Well, there's not such a thing as bulking up, and I'm going to say something that no one knows yet, so it's just for the group. I'm actually going to start writing the Book of Beast, new edition for women that do Beast, which is huge transformation, yeah, just like that. If you're a woman and you're doing Beast, it doesn't matter. You want to lift weights for so many reasons. One, preventing from osteopenia, losing calcium, helps you with your hormones, helps you with your sleep, but mainly there's no way that you're going to bulk up or you're going to look like a dude if you're not taking testosterone. If anything, you're going to lose your body fat much faster, because what you do is you are using more muscle fiber in a short period of time, and people look at the amount of calories that they burn in this workout compared to, let's say, Body Beast, which is completely doesn't make any sense, because when you do any type of aerobic or intense cardio, you're burning for the next 3 to 6 hours basically calories. when you lift weights, you're burning calories for the next 72 hours. So really, I wrote in the book the rule of 23-1. It's not what you just do during the workout, is what you do after the workout, is what you invest, just like in this group, what do you invest in your nutrition, what you put in your body that will give you the best results. And really, there are no excuses for that. There's Whole Foods, there's Trader Joe's. Treat your body just like you treat other people. And you don't understand that really you guys setting a new tone for the beast, and this is going to be you guys raising the bar, and each one of you is basically a soldier that's going to affect so many other lives, and that's, I think, an honor and a huge responsibility that you take it, and I won't take it lightly, because your action is going to speak so loud that you guys are going to step on that stage. There's no greater feeling than that, and I'm sure, right? You can say, "Wow, I worked so hard for this, and I can say I did it." And that's why we're talking about a vision, because you got to see what's tomorrow, and you got to see what's 3 months from now and 6 months from now, and it's easy. I'm in the game in the next 3 months, but let's talk 6 months from now, 9 months from now. Let's see who's got the beast inside to say, I'm still here. I got your back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. Just talking is cheap, right?
Right.
I'm ready to go work out again.
I know. Where's my weight?
That's another thing.
Inside me.
Yeah, that's another thing. I one thing that I never understood is when I joined Beachbody is about doing 2-3 workouts a day. So I was thinking first, I'm like, maybe they don't have a life, or something is going on with this company. And I'm like, why would you want to do 3 workouts a day? Well, then I realized, because I saw all the test groups, is you think that you do the more you do, it's better. And basically what you're doing, you're actually slowing your metabolism. You get to a phase that you will get to adrenal fatigue. You won't be able to heal as fast, and you're going to start storing a lot more lactic acid. And your gains and all that you basically want starting today or tomorrow, what you guys are going to do with it, you're holding yourself back by doing another workout. I'm not going to gain anything. Actually, I'm going to step one step behind. So if you want to do something more, get to see an acupuncture. Go and get a massage. Do a stretch exercise. Go on a walk. Something like that. Go to church. Make your own church. That's what those workouts. I work on them for 2.5 years. I promise you that every move, every set, every rep was on the dot. There were 3 test groups with 8 guys inside. 18 guys in each test group, and they were eating the same foods that you guys are eating. And I got on some guys' ass when they slack off, because this is, again, their results were. That's why we're sitting here and we're talking about this. What do you think, Wayne?
That's pretty awesome. I didn't know you guys worked on that for 2.5 years.
I work on the program for 2.5 years, yeah.
That makes me feel good when I get out there and do those workouts to know that there's that much thought and energy behind it from someone that knows their stuff like you.
Well, believe it or not, even the guys in the test groups were tested for, when we started each test group, blood test, and when we finished blood test, to see what their levels are changes, what their testosterone change would take in that they're not supposed to, that will affect their results. And it was also supervised by the FTC. And it's losing weight. Any program is, I would say, I want to say that it's easy, because nothing is easy. It's hard work. But to lose weight, it's much easier than gaining size and putting muscle at home with limited equipment. So you have to think about every single move and every single, just like it's called dynamic set training. So the dynamic of the sets and on the reps and what weights to use, and does people have the money to buy this much amount of weight? Everything was considerate of every exercise. So don't change the game. The game is right where it needs to be. Trust the game. Every tempo workout, whatever you see, 15, 6 up, 6 down, trust me, I've done it so many times, and I changed it so many times until we got it perfect. And that took 2.5 years. That's a long time. From 2010 started, and then it came out in June 2012. Yeah, so exact. Almost 2 years and 3 months, yeah. That's a long time.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just looking at Jeff Lennon's results, I mean, Jeff, you did strictly beast by the book, right? I mean,
that's right. I didn't do anything extra. I didn't do any extra cardio, just straight beast. Basically 2 rounds back to back for 6 months.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. That's no. I saw you. I was super impressed. And that's what I was talking about. You don't have to look somewhere else. You don't have to calculate anything. Everything is right there in front of you. If anything I have to say is if when it comes to nutrition, if types of foods that are in front of you as far as recipes or anything like that are not sitting well with you, don't force it yourself. Change it and write a log of how those foods make you feel. Because if type of food doesn't make you feel right, then apparently your body rejects it. So just rotate with it. And then, like you guys said, set the baseline number. From that baseline number, you start, and that's how you monitor your micronutrients or your ratios. And then you go up. You can go up 100 calories a week. You can go 100 calories a day, and you can just stay like that until your body's going to tell you, hey, it's not enough, and then you will know how to play with it as far as, do I need more protein, do I need more fats, or do I need more of this or that? But you don't have to guess anything, and you don't have to go other websites. Everything is right there. We make sure that everything, until the last day of before competition, we worked on that. So you take the guesswork out.
Yeah, and you're right, Sagi, because we all have our own teams and we have other groups where they're all doing other programs, and it's so hard to convince people that they don't need to work out 3 or 4 times a day. It's I love the enthusiasm, but it's so counterproductive. But some people just don't listen. But I think everyone in this group is going to listen. This is a different kind of group. We got a different kind of beasts in this group. So.
No, this is for me. It's more than exciting in many ways, because I can tell you this. The glory of each one of you guys are going to show in the next program. So I can tell you that the guys that's going to post the most, the guys that's going to give the most, the guys that's going to be the less selfish in the group, that the guys going to support the most, but also do whatever it takes every day, those are the guys that I want to have in my video, because I can say he did whatever it took to get here. So think about what's coming, because a lot of great things coming. The show is going to start airing next week, every like on a regular basis, and then the next era is going to start. So think about, you might be in the next show, and how that's going to serve you, your family, your friends, and your circle of your core nucleus, and also your business. So it's a lot more than that. So I see you guys not just doing something incredible for a whole year. I see you guys participating in the next show. So think about that. That's part of I see it as a vision board. How would I be in the next show? What do I need to do to get to that show? And I can tell you this: when we picked the guys for the show, it wasn't so much who is in better shape, just that because everybody were in good shape. It was about chemistry, and you can tell who is the one that was for himself, or who is the one that was really the energy that was just given around. And you can see in the videos that you really feel that what they wanted to do is to feel like we really worked out. Nothing was scripted besides 5 words. This is bulk chest, and let's go. That was the only thing that was scripted, and then I didn't even know how to end it. I just knew that the time's up, everything is gone, and here we go.
Let's go eat.
Yeah. We filmed 3 workouts a day, and I tell you,
get better.
Right. But nothing was scripted, and it was just like you guys training at home. We did the same thing, and that's how whatever it takes came from, is because they were so exhausted, and we all forgot that we got my speakers or microphones on. And I came to 2 of the guys, and I said, come on, guys, we got to do whatever it takes. We got to finish it. And it was late at night, and I'm like, okay, you ready? Whatever it takes. And then I see the producer and the director flying to the room. It's like, that's it, we got it. I'm like, no, we got half to go. It's like, no, we got your, bring it. I'm like, bring what? I'm like, no, like, bring it, dig it. I'm like, dig what? Bring what? I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I'm like, oh, I got it. So that's how whatever it takes came. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Good stuff, man. All right, well, I know we got Chet and Chris that want to talk real quick, and then I want to be respectful of your time, Sagi, so I don't want to keep you on here too long. But Chet and Chris, you guys want to, and Jeff too, talk about just getting ready for this is obviously way down the road, but kind of what it took for you guys to get ready for the Beast Classic, and just the mindset and everything you guys had to go through to get in the best shape of your lives. I don't care who goes first.
I'll go. Yeah, so I started, basically 12 weeks out. Jeff Lennon kind of twisted my arm and thought I should do this, so I went ahead and did it. So I had 12 weeks to prep, and everyone who's kind of watching this hangout.
Uh-oh. Freeze.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost Chris.
Is going to have a distinct advantage than what I had, because earlier in the call to kind of lean on, but I wasn't really doing all the same workouts that everyone else was doing. So, that's going to be huge for everybody leading up to the event. And the last 3 or 4 weeks is where it really takes a lot out of you mentally to keep focused and keep on point with nutrition. The workouts tend to get easier, if you will, as you go, because you kind of are familiar with everything. But the mental aspect of it is where it really, you need the support of everybody here. So I think Chet can attest to that to some extent too.
Yeah, I definitely can, and there's really only 2 points I want to hit on, and that is commitment and your foundation. I did 4 rounds of body beats leading up to the competition, and pretty much by the book. And I was inspired by Jeff last year is what really got me involved in wanting to do that. The commitment part is I didn't actually commit until about 8 weeks out. That's problem number 1. I was saying, I'd like to do it. I'll train as if I'm going to do it. And that was a big mistake because it kind of gave me a way out. It wasn't until I actually committed and put it out there to everybody that I was going to do it 8 weeks out that my intensity went up, my workouts went up, everything became more strict. And if I had done that a long time before that, the results might have been different. So that's one of the things I think we need to look at, or for those who are wanting to commit to actually doing the competition and stuff, is, put it out there, commit to the open right in the beginning, because you will notice and you will realize that everything will go up from that point forward. Don't make the same mistake that I did. The second thing is, laying the foundation, and I touched point on this in my welcome video, is that's why it's important that we do everything by the book this first round. This is where we get our foundation. It's like math, geometry, and science in high school. If you miss the foundation, you're going to be lost down the road, and you're not going to know what to do with the information that you have. Everything that you learn in this first month will carry over into the second, or the first 90 days will carry over to the second, the third, in your prep for the competition. So don't make the mistake and think that you're going to do something else or whatever. Follow by the book, determine your baselines, and see where you go from there. That's probably the 2 biggest things that I can say at this point, in the beginning, is just do those 2 things, and you really don't know what you're capable of. I think Jeff said that before. Do it, because you don't know what your body is capable of.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, as Lance talked about, putting this out there, big scary goal a year from now to be up on stage at the Beast Classic, if you really commit and believe in your heart that you're going to do it, you will push yourself harder in every workout. You're going to think, I'm going to be up on stage with my shirt off, with people evaluating me. I'm going to bust my ass every workout. My kids are going to wake up 4 times a night. I'm going to get 2 hours of sleep. I'm still getting up. I'm going to bust it. I'm going to bring it every workout. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Same with the nutrition. When you have temptations in front of you, junk all around, people not eating well, you're going to lock it in. And at first, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be hard the first 30 days. The longer you keep that streak going, it gets a lot easier. But like Chris said, mentally, the last week or 2 was pretty tough, just because you're like, okay, I'm ready to be done. But it's worth it to see what you're capable of, to see what you can achieve. And some of us who competed, we have a point that now we have to beat that. We have to be better than we were the last time, and it's really exciting. But most of all, I can say to everybody, it's fun. It was a lot of fun to do. I had fun. I know Chet and Chris had a lot of fun. It was a really good experience, and I think it's something that everybody would enjoy if they put themselves out there and commit to it.
Yeah, I can tell you, just since I posted that goal, like, I thought I was pushing myself, and I know how to push myself, and I've been pushing myself to a whole nother level. I'm sore in places I didn't know I had, so it's been a lot of fun so far already. But yeah, I'm pushing myself in my workouts like crazy. So Jeff's absolutely right on that. So yeah, I don't know. Does anybody have anything else to add? No? Well, all right. I think since the call is pretty much an hour, I think we'll just wait on Q&A unless somebody just really wants to do it. But I think we pretty much went over everything. I don't have anything to say except thanks for all the guys that are joining us. Thanks to Wayne for starting this, enormous snowball and building this huge family. And guys, we just really, we're not here to sell you a bunch of products. We are here to help you guys. We love all of you guys. So just be committed, post, get to know people, develop relationships, bring it as hard as you can. Thank you to Sagi for joining us tonight. I really mean it. Thank you so much for joining us and helping get the troops fired up even more than they already are. We really appreciate you being on tonight.
Thanks, Sagi.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys. If you have any questions, hit any of us up. We're all free to help you guys in any way that we can. Prep week this week, and then Monday. I don't know what a lot of guys are doing, but I know myself, I'm going to take my measurements and photos for day 1 on the 14th as opposed to today. So I guess, either one's fine. What are you guys doing? Photos and measurements today or next week?
How about we just do it kind of like, Wayne said before, we start together, we end together. So if we're going to do it on, next Monday, well, let's just do it then.
Yeah, next Monday.
Good, Wayne?
Next Monday, yeah.
Yep.
The 14th, yeah.
So, Guy, are you going to take your measurements and for next Monday as well?
Sure. What do I need to measure? I tell you what,
say on behalf.
I'm gonna have a challenge for you guys, and I'm very curious. So you say how many guys are in the group now? 351.
Something like that.
What's the number, David?
Right?
Number as of right now is 365.
365. All right, so I'm talking about, and I'm going to talk to Wayne about it in a few months, but I would say whoever's going to stick in 6 months, I'm going to talk to Carl to invite you guys to headquarters, and we're going to do a camp of training.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be incredible.
So, but that's 6 months down the road. That's a long time. So if you made it for 6 months, you are in. 3 months, no. 6 months, yes.
Yeah, I think this group of people, there's a lot of motivated people, and I'm excited to see how many really have, like you said, Sagi, that inner beast to stick it out, to keep showing up each and every day. Because I know the guys up here are going to do it, and I know there's a lot of guys in the group that really are taking this commitment seriously. Because, like you said, Sagi, it's you can lose body fat fast. So if that's your goal is to just lose body fat, you can see big changes in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. But to actually change your entire physique with muscle in the right places and to really build on your weaknesses, that takes a long time, and that's why I'm excited this is 12 months, because we can all really get to our goals if we're serious for the next 12 months. So I just appreciate that you're taking this group, under your wing and being so engaged and involved with everybody. I mean, that's just a huge blessing to all of us. So we really appreciate you for doing that, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's a huge
Sagi,
blessing.
can the B stats come?
What's that?
Can the B stats come 6 months in?
6 months in. Oh, by then a lot of things are going to change. Actually, a lot of things are going to change the next month, so it's all good.
Okay.
All right. Well, cool. We got a challenge from Sagi. I like it. See how many of us are here in 6 months. I like it. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thanks again to all the coaches, and especially Sagi. Thanks, man.
Welcome. Good night, guys.
All right, night.
Thanks,
Bye.
Lance.
Good night, guys.
Later, guys.
Good night.